Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Riri, and today's video is going to be all about the new e.l.f. and Jkissa collection. Alright beauties, so if you're unfamiliar with the e.l.f. Jkissa collection, it is a little mini collection that e.l.f. and Jkissa, who is also a beauty YouTuber, came out with. I did not get the little metallic eye glitters. I don't use those a whole lot, but I did get the palette. It is the e.l.f. Jkissa To The Rescue palette, and it is a bold, colorful palette, very exciting. And also this beautiful brush kit. The brush kit retails for $25, and the palette is $20. They are still in stock as of me filming. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to use the brushes. If I don't like them, I'm gonna switch over to my regular brushes, but I've had great luck in the past with e.l.f. brushes. I will say I traditionally wash my brushes, or at least spray them with my IT spray or Cinema Secret spray. So we're gonna hop in. I am gonna let you know very quickly what I have on my face. I try to use as much e.l.f. as I possibly could. I could not use my e.l.f. foundation, even though it's stunning, and you can see it's been very well loved. But it's just too light right now, and the only two foundations I have that work for me are my ColourPop and my Bobbi Brown. So this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This is the shade Medium 80 Warm. I went in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the hydrating one. This is the shade Fair Warm. I did set that very lightly. Y'all know less is more for mom with the powder, okay? I went in very lightly with the Gigi Gorgeous Turnt Touch Up Powder. That's a mouthful. I went in with my e.l.f. bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed, and my e.l.f. blush in the shade Always Cheeky. This is a gorgeous blush, y'all. I also did actually prime with my e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. I love this stuff. I will definitely be repurchasing this. You guys can see that she's been very well loved. I will say with this, I've said it before, if you have very, very fair skin, the kind of gold sheen or cast is going to be seen on your skin. I don't think that you would notice it once you put your complexion products on, but just wanted to note that for you. I don't have an e.l.f. highlight, so I went in with this little LA Colors Beauty in Bloom highlighter. And I just swirled around the two deepest shades. And you can see that it's very pretty, very soft. I love it so much. And of course, I primed with my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. My brows are Urban Decay Brow Blade in Brunette Betty. Duh. So we're gonna hop on in. I'm really proud of myself. Really been pushing myself. I'm trying to really switch things up and give you really more of me. I've always been myself. I kind of went over this in a previous video. I've always been me. I've always been myself, but a slightly more reserved version of myself, if you will, just because I've never wanted to offend anybody. I am a character, and sometimes I can be too much for people. I get that, but I've recently kind of just started really thinking and kind of had an epiphany, and I was like, you know what, my premise for doing this is to help other people, whether that's with makeup skills or just giving you someone to talk to, and to inspire and uplift people. So if I can't do that still while just being silly and crazy, then I don't belong here. So I'm switching things up. I hope you guys are liking the changes and stuff like that. Also, if you see anything that you feel like I could change, I'm always open to feedback. Keep in mind, feedback doesn't mean be an asshole, okay? All right, we're gonna jump on in. All right, beauty, so I'm going to unpackage everything. I do also know that a portion of the proceeds also go to charity. And I know if you take a picture, I will put the information right here unless it says it somewhere on the palette. I don't think that it does. But I know if you take a picture using the palette and you put it on Instagram or social media with a particular hashtag, they also will donate from that too. So if you've used this and you haven't posted your pictures yet, highly suggest you do that. I love Jkissa. She's a cruelty-free beauty YouTuber here. I absolutely love her aesthetic. She reminds me a lot of me in regard to kind of the less is more approach when it comes to skin and complexion. She doesn't use foundation. She only uses concealer, and then she goes in and uses a ton of blush, my type of girl, and then she really focuses on the eyes. I love that. I absolutely love that aesthetic. If your girl did not have so much redness and old acne scarring, I would not use foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and just tell y'all that right now, okay? I don't like foundation. I like foundations that I use. They're fine, they're tolerable, but if I had the choice, I would not use foundation. So let me get all these brushes out. Already I can tell you that they have a nice weight to them. Now they're not too light. They do feel nice and fluffy, but somewhat firm, which is also what I like. So I'm excited to get into these, and aesthetically, they're gorgeous. Okay, they're gorgeous. I also love the idea for the palette, and let's get this open. And there's all dog names on here too for the shade names. How cute is that? I think about that all the time. Like if I were to ever be able to, you know, collaborate with a brand that I love, or ever maybe do my own brand, which I don't intend to. But if I ever did, I think about that, like what names would I use and stuff like that, like what colors would go for, you know, specific things. Oh, that actually feels really nice. It doesn't come with stick. Maybe the stickers are inside. Okay, so that is what it looks like. It is a nice thick plastic, like a heavy hard plastic. And pretty, you know, pretty basic, but it's basic for a reason. Okay, yeah, there they are. It comes with these awesome stickers, and you can decorate it yourself. So I'm gonna decorate it and of course put popcorn on here. So I think that's so cute. I also love the layout, very similar to kind of how Tati did her palette with different finishes in kind of the same tonal range. So let me try to do this without blinding you guys. That's not gonna be very easy. I'll turn it this way. So you can see there's, you know, a mid-tone, a dark, and then your kind of metallic shade, if you will. I think it's stunning. And of course it goes Roy G. Biv for the colors of the rainbow. And the shades are Casey, Millie, Yosemite, or Yosemite, I think people say it differently, Peaky, Cannoli, Sadie, my mama has a Sadie, so hi Sadie, Pepper, Zuma, Paloma, Tank, Thatcher, Pretty Girl, that's what my husband calls me, hey, Strawberry, Suki, Firefly, Reagan, Bailey, and Confetti. So let's get up close and personal for you, darlings. Yeah, I think it's stunning. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So you can play, obviously, mix and match your tones if you wish to do that. But then you have, obviously, your more warm tones here, more cool tones here. You can mix and match, or you can literally play with one trio. I think that's so smart. I mean, I think, honestly, as long as it performs well, I'll say this again, but I think it's going to be super beginner-friendly. You literally lay down your mid-tone, add the darker tone in the outer corner, and then pop your little, you know, your shimmer shade. I think that's a super cool concept. So we are going to dive in. Let's go. I always do green though. I've been really trying to switch it up for y'all. I hope y'all are noticing that, okay? Your girl's working on it, okay, y'all? I'm going to go into the J3, which is just a fluffy blending brush. I do like the length of these. The hand feel feels nice. They feel all right. Shoot. I'm going to go red, orange, yellow. I know I kind of did that recently. I'm going to go into the shade, but I want to go more of the deeper tones. I'm going to go right here into Casey first. I am not going to swatch or anything, honestly. I mean, not Casey, I'm going into Pepper. I'm not going to swatch because, honestly, you can go to her channel or a million other channels because I'm always late to the party. So, considerable kickback. You guys know that doesn't bother me. This is, again, the shade Pepper. And, of course, the shade names are all doggy names. I think that's so cute. I want to know if you ever were to collaborate or create, you know, a brand, a palette, what shade names would you have? Obviously, if you're kind of in the works on something like that, don't spill. I get that. But just have you ever sat back and just thought about it and thought about, hey, what would I name, you know, a yellow shade? Who would I name it after, or what would I name it after? You know, are you leaning more towards, you know, things out in, you know, the earth, organic things? Are you considering, you know, family names? I can tell you I don't really like this brush. As far as for this, let me go into the next one. This is J2, slightly more firmed and then a little bit more tapered at the end. And that's only just because of the shape that I'm trying to create. Yeah, that's better. All right. But I think about that all the time. Like, I pray one day that I am blessed enough to have that type of experience where I literally can kind of put my name on something, you know, take the time to really create it from scratch. I think that is going to be such an amazing day. And I'm just going to put it out there. And I feel like if you put it out into the universe, it can happen for you. So I'm going to say it. I'm going to have me a brand deal one day, or my own brand. I also hope everybody is doing well. And y'all know too, if this ends up being a longer video, that's why I try to do my makeup prior to, most of it anyway. If it's a long video, you already know what to do, girl. Grab you some tacos, grab you some tequila, some water, whatever you need, whatever you got, okay? Grab a snack and just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride, okay? If not, if you don't want a snack and you don't have the patience, I get you, I understand you. Them 3 dots right there, right? Yeah, those, yep. Tap it, speed me up. That's all you gotta do, just speed me up. Also, thank you guys so much for joining me in my Tipsy Get Ready With Me premiere. I had a whole lot of fun, obviously filming it, but then when I was editing it, it was hysterical. And I had very, very minimal edits in that video. I tried to purposely do that. And honestly, kind of doing that was another way for me to really branch out, I guess you could say. I'm gonna tap this off our original brush and feather out our edges. But that was just kind of my way of really kind of saying, like, look, I know that there's more in me in regard to my personality and stuff. I mean, guys, people that know me, I mean, you know, my husband and son, obviously, but friends of mine, you know, my family, anybody can tell you that I am a little bit of a firecracker. I have personality for days. I consider myself, other people consider me, pretty funny. And I just love to have a good freaking time, okay? I'm going now into Zuma, which is this beautiful orange right here. So yeah, I'm trying to really branch out and not kind of psych myself out. Because, of course, when you have anxiety, you know, we always fear the worst. So again, I've been slightly more reserved in, you know, in kind of doing my content and stuff like that. I'm going to start singing and being silly and making silly faces and doing my little silly voices because that is me. That is who I am. And my whole goal here has always been to be the most authentic version of myself. And I intend on doing that. And I hope that you guys do that as well. I think there's nothing better than living authentically in your life. You know what I mean? Then we don't have to apologize for shit. Like, this is me. And I think for me, part of the fear was obviously, hold please. All right, sorry guys. Might just edit that part out. My mailman came and I was sending out a bunch of RAKs and I was making sure that he grabbed them off the porch. So I'm so sorry. But anyways, there's nothing more beautiful in life. And like I was saying, when I first kind of started my channel, you want to obviously appeal to people. You want to get subscribers. You don't have a channel without subscribers. And then I also was, you know, even upon first starting, I obviously was looking toward, hey, I'd love to one day have, you know, again, brand deals or have people send me PR, things like that. We can all dream, y'all. We can all dream. I'm just taking a clean brush, J2, and again, buffing out them edges ever so slightly, honey. So then my thinking was, okay, well, people are not gonna like me if I am always at 100%. You know what I mean? But then honestly, the more that I'm watching new content, I'm watching and learning new people, and to me, there's nothing better than someone with a good personality, somebody that you can vibe with and connect with. I say this all the time. If somebody is not vibing off of your content, they're not relating to you, then, you know, they're not going to watch you. So because of that, I'm like, you know what? I may not be everybody's cup of tea. Said this before, but I'm somebody's double shot, and that's fine with me. I am no longer going to water myself down, and if people do not like it, then I'm sorry. Next, I'm going to go into Paloma, but I think I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Yosemite. Again, these are, was not expecting that. These are a little bit drier, considerable kickback. You guys know that doesn't bother me. I just like to let you guys know. Some people do not like any fallout at all. It doesn't bother me. As long, again, that staying power, y'all, that's what mama needs, okay? Staying power. Ooh, really pretty. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy things. Of course, you know, it's not going to change much. I mean, I'm still me. I've always been me. I just plan on just doing things slightly differently and just really, really engaging more and really letting my personality show. Starting to go live and things like that. I'm tired of holding my own self back and letting my fears kind of stop me from kind of excelling here in the way that I feel like I should have been excelling by this point, if that makes any sense. Again, I'm going to go back in. It's performing very well. This is the best thing I've ever used in my entire life. No, it's not, but it's not bad. I am going to go ahead and go into this highlight shade right here. Obviously, there's not a highlight shade in here. And I'm going to very lightly go into the more champagne-y shade and kind of blend it into this yellow. I think it'll just be a really pretty transition between the two. Yeah, I feel like the colors are vibrant. I feel like they are blending well. I don't see anything kind of getting muddy. I don't see anything kind of disappearing yet. Of course, we will find out how long it lasts on the lids. And then going back into the same champagne. And putting that on the brow bone. Also, if you're watching and you're like, hey, I think you're kind of cool, why not subscribe? You can subscribe down below and tap the notification bell, and then you'll be notified of any future uploads. Also, I do have my membership active down below. You'll see the join button. You get your own content and things like that based on what tier you sign up with. I think it's a really cool idea. I think, you know, not even just for myself, but you know, your favorite YouTuber, if you really love them, you really want to support them, kind of go the extra mile, so to speak. I think it's a beautiful way to help be supportive of your favorite channels. I think overall it's still performing well. I think the pigmentation is really nice. I'm actually going to go, just because I want to use Sadie, because it's my mama's dog's name. I'm going to go right here into Sadie. And I am using the J1. And I'm really going to try to load up the brush. And we are going to press that in. Again, these are looser, so honestly, I probably should have done my eyes first. And I don't do that often. If I'm using loose pigments or anything like that, I will for sure do my eyes first. Just so it gives a little different little pop of something under here. Okay. Yeah, honestly, other than just feeling just a little bit dry, I'm not having any issues. Everything definitely is seeming to blend really well together. You know, the pigmentation is there. I've been able to kind of layer them on top of one another and not have any issues with them. So no complaints. No complaints there at all. Okay. I'm going to hop off. I am going to throw on some mascara and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll come back and give kind of some final first impression thoughts. BRB. Alright beauties, I am back. I went in with my LA Girl Ultimate Eye Pencil in Super Bright. I love this thing. It stays in the waterline well. I think it opens up the eyes beautifully. It's creamy. It does not tug at the waterline. It's right up there with my Tarte Fake Awake, and we know how much I love that. Okay, honey. Also went in and primed my lashes with the L'Oreal Voluminous Eye Primer Base. Also a staple, and I love it. And then my Benefit Roller Lash, and this thing is now empty, so you will see that in my empties very soon. I also went in with my e.l.f. Lip Stain in Dewy Nude. So I'm feeling myself. I think everything looks really, really pretty. I think overall, I'm going to give it 4 yellow hearts. It is slightly dry and almost kind of a little too dry for me. I just feel like there's like no dimension to it, is what I'm trying to say. And of course I did all matte, that I wanted to just play with the mattes today. But I like it overall. I definitely would use it again. I love the actual packaging. It feels nice and heavy, nice and sturdy. I love the names. I love the concept. I love the concept of having, you know, each you know, trio you can use by itself, or you can kind of mix and match and play within the palette. The brushes are nice. They are not my favorite. I probably wouldn't use these all the time. I do like the weight to them. I think that they're really, really beautiful. There's just something about the density of the brushes and kind of the way that they feel that is not my absolute favorite. Are they bad? No. But I think for $25, it's a great price point, and for $20 for the palette, I think it's a good price point. So I will also pin a comment and let you guys know, you know, hey, it was off my eyes in 30 minutes, or hey, it lasted a long time. I do want to do one thing real quick. I'm going to spray my little pencil brush here. And because I just feel like I need something, I want to try the shade Firefly right here. And see what that looks like, just kind of on the inner corner. Ooh, it's pretty. Just for something, yeah. I just feel like, as much as I do like an all matte look, and it's totally fine, and I think it was still beautiful, I just felt like it was missing something. And you guys know I like to kind of flick that inner corner, highlight up, whatever shade I'm using. It just, for me personally, I like the aesthetic, and I definitely feel like it brings a lot more light through here, especially for me because I do have hooded lids. I like to really try to open my lids up. That's why I try to pull my shadows up as well. That's just my technique, of course. You do whatever makes you feel like your best beautiful self. So that is it. 4 yellow hearts. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's actually really good for the price point and stuff like that, especially. I prefer a more kind of creamy, more satin-like, you know, very velvety finish of a shadow, but I think it's still really, really beautiful, and I like the look that I created. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Also, please just kind of, you know, give me some feedback, things that you feel like I can work on, things that I can change. I also try to switch up my background so it's not too crazy, having like everything that was back there. Again, for me though, that was part of me expressing myself. I know some people said it would be better if I had just a stagnant background behind me and like one wash of color. I tried that. I did a few videos with that with just a gray background, and I didn't really like it, but I would love feedback. Thank you, beauties, so much for joining me. If you have not yet, I would love if you would consider subscribing, and also please don't forget about that join button down below and be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.